Good morning, students. Here we are there with another chapter in science, chapter 2, that is the microorganisms, friend and foe. In this chapter we will study some of the organisms which we call them as microorganisms or microbes, very tiny organisms which we can't see with the help of our naked eyes. And there are different types we will study, like here 4 categories you can see: bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. We will also see one more category of microbes, that is the viruses. Nowadays the coronavirus made us stay at home, so we will view the coronavirus also and how it spreads. Another heading which we are going to study in this chapter, different types, as you can see: spiral bacteria, rod shaped bacteria on the basis of different shapes, algae, Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra, protozoa, examples are amoeba, paramecium, fungi, the examples are bread mold, penicillium, aspergillus. So these are some of the bacteria, some of the microorganisms and its types. Another thing which we are going to study, where do microorganisms live, in which type of temperature conditions, in which type of humidity conditions they are able to survive. We are also going to see some of the microorganisms are helpful to us, so how the microorganisms are friends to us. We will also see the different ways in which microorganisms are harmful to us also. They are causing different types of diseases. Just now, like coronavirus, it is a very dreadful disease, so they are responsible for causing different diseases in our body as well as plants and animals' bodies. And then we will see different diseases caused by microorganisms, like tuberculosis, commonly we call it as TB, measles, chickenpox, polio, typhoid, cholera, hepatitis B, malaria. All those different diseases and many more, they are being caused by different types of microbes. Then we will study the different techniques of food preservation, how to preserve food for a longer duration of time. Like potatoes, we are preserving by drying them in the sun in the form of chips, wafers, potato chips. That is a technique of food preservation. And the last topic which we will take is the nitrogen fixation, that is the nitrogen cycle we will take, the last topic. So basically, as you have understood, microbes, what are microbes, what are the different categories of microbes, where we are able to find microbes, how microorganisms are helpful to us or harmful to us. We will also see the different techniques of, even not see, we are going to learn different techniques of food preservation. And the last topic, that is the nitrogen cycle. So here we are going to start.
Microorganisms, Part 1. We observe a variety of plants and animals around us. However, some living organisms are not visible to the unaided eyes. These tiny organisms are called microorganisms or microbes.
Different categories of living organisms being shown to you. We are able to see different types of animals and plants surrounding us, but there is another category of living organisms which we are not able to see through our naked eyes. So we want special devices, we need special devices called microscope to view them. So this special category of living organisms which we can't see with the help of naked eyes, we call them as microorganisms or microbes. So this word microbes or microorganism is coming from the device, that is microscope. We can see this organisms with the help of a device called microscope. The micro word being taken from this. Micro means very small.
Note that not all tiny organisms are termed as microbes. Microorganisms are found in air, water, soil, and also inside the bodies of plants and animals.
Next topic, that is where we are able to find microorganisms. Microorganisms are present everywhere. We are able to find microbes in air, in water, in soil, as well as inside the body of living organisms like plants, animals, even human beings.
Let us perform an activity to understand this. Take some moist soil in a beaker and add water to it. After the soil particles have settled down, observe a drop of water from the beaker under a microscope. You will find many tiny organisms moving. You can also try.
As we have discussed, microorganisms we are able to find in soil also. So if a sample of soil we are collecting and we are going to see it through microorganisms, yes, lot many microbes will be able to view through it.
This activity using a few drops of water from a pond. Some microorganisms, such as fungi, that grow on moist bread can be seen.
One activity here on bread also, moist bread, if we are going to store for a few days, it will lead to the formation of fungus on it, that we call it as bread mold. Bread mold, that is an example of fungus, one category of microbes. So one activity for you, that is you have to take a bread piece, or if bread not available, you can take a leftover chapati, sprinkle some water on it and keep it inside a poly bag for say 5-6 days. After 5-6 days, you just take it out and see some greenish color growth you are able to see on it. That is the fungus. Which fungus it is? Bread mold. So your activity which you have to perform is you have to develop bread molds on bread or chapati. Take pics of it and share with me.
With a magnifying glass, while others are microscopic.
So here fungus, that is a bread mold, can be easily seen with the naked eyes, or sometimes you can use a magnifying glass also to view it. But the other types of categories, other types of microbes you can view only through a device called microscope. Here why fungus we are able to see? Because fungus grows in colonies. Many fungi grow together, they develop colonies, that's why we are able to view them through magnifying glass or naked eyes.
Hence, they are called microorganisms or microbes. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups.
So first thing, chapter 2 heading you will write in the copies, and first key term which you are going to write is microorganisms. Definition of microorganisms you will write, and on the second page you are going to draw this type of chart. This will be your question 1, microorganisms, and 4 categories being shown over here: bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. So this will be your question 1. Further more things you have to add to it, I'll tell you.
That is bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algae. Some examples of bacteria are spiral bacteria and rod-shaped bacteria.
So see, first thing, flowchart you are making, microbes, first category bacteria. So here you can draw diagram of spiral bacteria which I have shown in your NCERT book also. Rod-shaped bacteria, on the basis of the shapes we are classifying bacteria into different categories. So here spiral bacteria and rod-shaped bacteria. Again repeating, microorganisms flowchart. First category bacteria. Under bacteria examples you will write spiral bacteria, rod-shaped bacteria along with the diagram.
Those of fungi are bread mold, penicillium and aspergillus.
So there also diagrams are being given for fungi. Examples are bread mold, penicillium, aspergillus. So you can draw the diagram for fungi.
Amoeba and paramecium are examples.
And the third category, that is the protozoa. So examples are amoeba and paramecium. So their examples need to be drawn.
Examples of protozoa, while chlamydomonas and Spirogera are examples of algae.
So here the hope you have understood, flowchart need to be made 4 categories, and this categories along with the example and their diagrams.
Bacteria, some algae and protozoa are single-celled, whereas fungi and some algae are multicellular.
So you can see microorganisms can be single cell, we call them as unicellular. Microorganisms can be multicellular organisms also. So some examples: bacteria, algae and protozoa, they are single celled organisms. Fungi and some of the algae, that are the multicellular organisms. So microorganisms can be unicellular or multicellular.
Viruses, though different from these organisms, are considered microbes.
Virus, you can include virus also in the category of microorganisms, although they are little different than the other four categories. Viruses are alive only in the body of the host organism. Only inside the body of plants and animals they are alive. But outside the body of the host organism, they are dead. So they are little different than the other four categories. So fifth also you can show viruses, and the common virus which is now going on, that is example also you can give it over there, that is a coronavirus, and one figure you can search it and you can draw it.
They reproduce only inside the cell of the host organism, such as bacteria.
As I told, viruses outside the body of living organisms, they are dead, they are not alive, they are not able to multiply or reproduce. But inside the body of living organisms like bacterium, plants and animals and even human beings, they are able to multiply themselves.
Plant or animal.
Let's have some important information related to coronavirus, commonly known as COVID-19. So COVID-19, why we call it as co means corona, V means virus, VI means virus, and D means disease. COVID-19, as you can see it on the screen, co means corona, VI means virus, D for disease. As it occurred in 2019, it occurred in December 2019, it's being named as COVID-19. Let's have, this is a type of virus. Let's have a brief outlook for it.
China notified the World Health Organization of several cases of human respiratory illness, a disease later named COVID-19. The virus causing this disease is known as severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. The disease spreads through small droplets that are expelled from the nose or mouth when a person with COVID-19 coughs or exhales. Therefore, standing close to someone who is infected can put you at risk. These droplets can land on your hand and be transmitted through something as simple as a handshake.
That's why it's being told not to shake hands, just to do namaste with others.
Afterwards, you touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, the so-called T-zone. The virus is known to survive on different types of surfaces, so touching these contaminated surfaces and then touching your T-zone brings a high risk of infection. What we know so far: the coronavirus is spherical in shape, and its genetic material is encapsulated by different types of proteins. Some of the key structural ones are spike S protein, the most prominent feature of coronaviruses from where they get their name.
It's a crown-like structure, that is the spikes of the protein made up of protein only. Well, let's see the structure of coronavirus.
Then M or membrane protein, and the so-called envelope protein.
So coming back to the chapter, microorganisms, friend and foe. So just now we have viewed a video for coronavirus and how it spreads. That's why it's being told again and again to cover your mouth with a face mask and to wash your hands frequently with soap. That is how you can protect yourself from this dreadful coronavirus. So now today's task for you is that listen carefully, because it will help you in maintaining the notebooks. You will have today's date and heading as chapter 2, microorganisms, friend and foe. The first page of this chapter, as we are going to write the key terms, the first key term is there. It is Microorganisms. You will have a definition of microorganisms or microbes over there. Then you will leave the first page like that only. Then coming to the second page, your question 1 will start, and I have shown you the flow chart. Microorganisms heading will be there, then 5 categories you are going to show. That is a bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. And 5th category, that is the virus. Now for this categories you will have different examples and diagrams also. Like for bacteria you will have examples as spiral bacteria along with its diagram, rod shaped bacteria along with its diagram, algae, Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra with their diagrams, protozoa, amoeba and paramecium with their diagrams, fungi, bread mold, penicillium and aspergillus, and 5th category, that is the virus, that is you are going to write example as COVID-19 and you can have a diagram for it. So enjoy learning, stay safe at home.